You need to hear this right now, because what you're about to ignore could literally cost you a fortune. There are wheat pennies, yes, the same ones you've seen 1,000 times, quietly sitting in pockets, jars, and cash drawers, and people are spending them like they're worthless. But they're not. Some of these coins hold hidden wealth, a silent fortune that nobody talks about. Collectors are fighting over them. Auctions are exploding. And the craziest part, you might already have one. So before you spend another penny, check your pocket now. Do not spend these coins, because the first coin I'm about to show you already shocked the market. And what comes next only gets rarer, scarier, and way more valuable. Stay with me. Now imagine this. You're digging through a handful of old change, and your eyes almost skip past it. It looks wrong, not shiny, not pretty. In fact, it looks like something you'd throw away without thinking twice. A dull, almost lifeless brown surface, covered in dark black spots, uneven layers, like it's been buried in time itself. Most people, they would toss it aside. But that exact reaction is why this coin is so dangerous to ignore. We're talking about the 1,934 wheat penny with no mint mark. And this is not just another old coin. This is a survivor from one of the most financially desperate eras in American history, the aftermath of the Great Depression. In 1934, the United States was still struggling to recover. Money was tight, resources were strained, and the U.S. Mint was under pressure to keep coins flowing into circulation as the economy tried to rebuild. That pressure, it shows up in the coins. Because when demand is high and conditions are unstable, mistakes happen, shortcuts happen, and coins like this are born. This penny was struck in Philadelphia. No mint mark, which already triggers collector obsession. But what makes it stand out is what most people misunderstand. That dark, uneven, almost dirty look, that's not damage. That's history sealed onto the surface. Layers of oxidation, natural toning, years of exposure. This is what collectors call untouched originality. And originality is everything. The front of the coin, the obverse, still carries the unmistakable profile of Abraham Lincoln. But in this condition, his face doesn't look polished or new. It looks aged, deep, almost shadowed. The word liberty might feel slightly softened. The date 1934 still visible, but blending into that dark tone. Flip it over, and you'll see the iconic wheat ears framing 1 cent. But again, not bright, not flashy, just quietly powerful. This coin is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs about 3.11 grams. The diameter sits at 19 millimeters. Thin, around 1.5 millimeters, but dense with history. When you hold it, it doesn't feel like money. It feels like something older, something that shouldn't have survived this long. And that's the point, because most of these coins didn't survive. They were spent, worn down, melted, or destroyed over decades of circulation. And the ones that did survive, many were cleaned, scrubbed, ruined, completely stripped of the one thing that made them valuable. Let me be very clear here. Do not clean this coin. Not with water, not with chemicals, not with anything. The moment you try to fix that dark surface, you erase the very feature collectors are hunting for. Original toning matters. It tells the story. It proves authenticity. And once it's gone forever. Collectors are obsessed with coins like this because they feel real. Not polished. Not artificial. Real. They look at the surface, the layers, the tiny imperfections, and they see something you don't see yet, a silent fortune. And here's where it gets intense. Coins like this don't just casually sell. They move quietly, strategically. Private collectors, serious buyers, they don't always make noise. But when a high-quality 1934 no mint mark wheat penny with original dark toning hits the market in very fine condition, things change. Bidding becomes aggressive. People don't hesitate, because supply is shrinking. Collectors are holding on to these, locking them away, waiting, and every year that passes, fewer of them remain available. Today's market value? This exact type of coin, very fine condition, original dark layered toning, has reached around $1,500,460. Let that sink in. That ugly little coin you almost ignored is serious money. Hidden wealth. A life-changing opportunity sitting in plain sight. So what should you do if you think you have one? First, do not spend this coin. I don't care if it looks worn or dirty. That could be the most expensive mistake you ever make. Second, store it properly. Use a soft holder, keep it dry, avoid touching the surface with your fingers. Even the oils from your skin can affect the value. Third, get it professionally graded. This step is critical. Authentication and grading can unlock its true market potential. And when you're checking coins, slow down. Look at the date first. Then check for a mint mark. If there's none, your attention should spike immediately. Then study the surface. That dark, uneven tone? That's not a flaw, that's a signal. And here's something most people don't realize. Some of the most valuable coins in the world have been found in the most unexpected places. Old jars, family drawers, estate boxes, even loose change from everyday transactions. This is not fiction. But listen carefully, because what you just heard, that's only the beginning. The next coin makes this one look ordinary. And if you thought missing this coin was bad, the next one is even more dangerous to ignore. Stop. Don't even blink if you see this coin, because this is the kind of mistake people regret for the rest of their lives. I'm serious. This is one of those moments where something small, something almost invisible, decides whether you keep a few cents or walk away from a silent fortune. The 1949 wheat penny with a D mint mark does not look special at first. That's the trap. It blends in perfectly with ordinary change. Same size, same color, same feel. But hidden inside this coin is a story of pressure, precision, and a detail that most people completely overlook. And that detail changes everything. Let's go back to 1949. America was shifting. The chaos of World War II had ended, but the economy was still stabilizing. Industries were booming again. Demand for currency was rising fast, and the U.S. Mint, especially in Denver, was working overtime to keep up. That kind of pressure doesn't create perfect coins, it creates rushed ones. Slight variations, subtle differences, and sometimes rare survivors that slip through unnoticed. This coin came out of the Denver Mint, that small D stamped just below the date. But here's where collectors lean in closer, because not all D mint marks are equal. On certain 1949 pennies, the mint mark appears slightly off, slightly uneven, or struck under stress. These tiny imperfections, they're not mistakes to collectors, they're signatures. Now picture holding this coin. It's light, but solid, about 3.11 grams, roughly 19 millimeters across. Thin, around 1.5 millimeters, but packed with decades of untouched history. The girth feels smooth but worn, like it's passed through countless hands without ever being recognized for what it truly is. On the front, Abraham Lincoln's profile is still there. Calm, steady, but look closer. The details may feel slightly softened, especially around the jawline and hair. The word liberty might not be razor sharp, but that's okay. that wear tells a story. The date, 1949, sits there quietly, but paired with that tiny D, it becomes something collectors hunt for. Flip it over, and the sweet ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America. But here's the thing. It's not about how shiny it is. It's about how original it is. Because this coin is made of 95% copper with a small mix of tin and zinc. Over time, that composition reacts with the environment. It darkens. It tones. It develops character. And if you're lucky, it develops that deep, rich, slightly uneven surface collectors crave. Most people see that and think it's dirty. Collectors see it and think treasure. This is where people lose money without even knowing it. They clean the coin. They try to improve it. They scrub away decades of natural toning. And in seconds, they destroy thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars in value. So hear this clearly. Never clean this coin. Not ever. That original surface is everything. Once it's gone, the silent fortune disappears with it. And here's why this specific coin has become so powerful in today's market. It's not just age. It's survival. Millions were minted in 1949, yes. But how many survived in collectible condition, with original surfaces, with that precise Denver mint mark, without being cleaned, damaged, or lost? Very few. And those few, they're not sitting around waiting. Collectors are locking them away, holding them, watching the market tighten year after year. Supply is shrinking. Demand is rising. And when one of these appears in the open market, the energy shifts instantly. Bidding doesn't start slow. It jumps. Quiet collectors suddenly become aggressive. Offers come in fast. Because they know this isn't just a coin. This is a hidden store of wealth. A piece of history that can't be recreated. Right now, a 1949D wheat penny in strong collectible condition has reached around $900,450. Think about that. Almost $1 million. For a coin people are still accidentally spending every single day. This is why patience matters. This is why awareness matters. Because wealth like this doesn't announce itself. It hides. It waits. It slips through hands unnoticed. So, what should you do? First, check your coins carefully. Start with the date. Then immediately look for that D mint mark. Don't rush it. Most people miss it because they don't slow down. Second, store it properly. Keep it in a protective holder. Avoid humidity. Don't toss it in a drawer with other coins where it can get scratched. Third, if you think you have something special, get it professionally graded. This step can transform a simple find into verified, high-value treasure. And when you're buying coins, be careful. The market has fakes, altered pieces, cleaned coins, pretending to be valuable. Always check authenticity first. Serious collectors know one small mistake can cost everything. But here's the part that should really stay with you. Coins like this are still out there, circulating, being spent, being ignored. This is not fiction. This is happening right now. And if you think this coin was a big deal, what comes next is on a completely different level. The next wheat penny is rarer, more controversial, and far more explosive in value. And missing it might be the biggest mistake of all.